What's going on, people? This is your host, Rashawn Myers of the Main Event Sports Show. Is joined as always by my co-host, Mr. Haven Harrington III, and we are all, like everybody, kind of breaking down and looking over the latest rankings from the selection committee for the college football national championship
Yeah,
playoff.
I'm going to call it that. This is, wow, once again, the selection committee has graced us with a lot of things they're talking about, especially with, to me, like the top 25. I'm still trying to figure out, how some teams made it to where they did and the top four and how losing really doesn't matter because we don't get punished for losing. Well, let me rewind that back. You don't get punished for losing, especially if you're in the Big Ten. Now, if you're in another conference, it sucks to lose, but it doesn't suck to lose if you're in the Big Ten. And losing doesn't matter as much as having good wins.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of interesting that the selection committee basically wrote the narrative for this year's playoff considerations. They basically wrote the narrative that the two conferences initially that they had all their faith in was the Big Ten and the SEC. The SEC basically fell on its face. They've seen Texas
It's
A&M
horrible.
lose twice.
SEC East is the worst conference in any Power Five
Yes.
conference there is. I mean, the worst league, whatever. They're horrible.
Yeah, I mean, they
It's
basically
just horrible.
they fell apart.
Kentucky had a chance to win the East.
They did.
That's how bad SEC is. Kentucky had a chance to win the East. And you have, you know what? I'm going to jump ahead a little bit because I have to. So I'm just,
He's very upset about it.
yes, I'm going to jump ahead. Number one, you have West Virginia at number 14, surrounded by a bunch of 2 to 3 loss teams. West Virginia is a 1-loss team. Now, they say West Virginia hasn't beaten anybody, and that's why they're only ranked 14th. But they have one loss. One loss. But yet, Oklahoma is number 9th. They have 2 losses. Granted, those 2 losses are to Houston, who people kind of downplay as being weak. And they got blown out by Ohio. Matter of fact, they got blown out by Houston, and they got blown out by Ohio State. But yet, some magical, mythical way, they're like number 9th because the committee says they won 7 straight games in a row and they have great offense. It's the Big 12. They all have good offenses, except for Texas.
That's
But they all have good offenses. But they have 2 losses. West Virginia has 1. You can't be the man until you beat the man.
Well,
Rick
first
Flair
of
taught
all,
us that.
first of all, I don't really care about West Virginia. I don't really care about the Big 12. None of these teams are going to be in the consideration for the national championship.
But thank you for playing. This would be like your second year that you've been bounced out.
They're done. They're done.
Before you got started.
They once again have decided they don't want to add teams. So until they decide to get some act right and actually have 12 teams in a conference called the Big 12, we're done with them. At the end of the day, you had all these upsets. You had the Big Ten teams. You had Michigan go down
To a
Iowa.
bad Iowa team, a 6-4 Iowa
You
team,
had Clemson lose at home to Pittsburgh.
a 6-4 Pitt team.
And you
But
had
Pitt does have. There's what I don't understand because apparently losses don't matter because both Michigan and Clemson lose. They stay in the top 4. They literally just move like one spot around.
yeah.
But yet, why isn't Pitt in the top 25? I mean, granted, Pitt does have 4 losses, but they have 2 top 10 wins. They beat number 2 Clemson and number 8 Penn State.
Well, that's because they don't play in the Big Ten. So that only matters if you play in the Big Ten.
There's
But
Big Ten probably like number 9th in the country.
to me, it is just very interesting that the selection committee has written a narrative that the Big Ten is this conference that deserves all this credit, even though all the computer rankings before the selection committee came out said that the Big Ten was having one of its worst years. So Louisville is still sitting at 5. People are concerned that they're not going to have a chance. It's going to be very interesting because Penn State controls their own destiny. If they win their last 2 and then Ohio State is able to win at home with a Michigan team that is not only reeling from their first loss, but now they've lost their starting quarterback. So it looks like Ohio State should be favored to win that game.
But there's even a chance that neither Ohio State or Michigan play the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah, they won't. They won't.
It could be
They won't.
Wisconsin and Penn State.
It'd be Wisconsin
So
and Penn State. So
what do you do with two lost teams
yeah.
Who jumps who goes where, man, who knows? We'll find out. The only thing I know from about this whole thing is this. One, it sucks to be in the Pac-12 and it sucks to be in the Big 12. Two, it's awesome to be in the Big 10. Three, it's great to be Alabama. And that's pretty much all we know.
At the end of the day, all I'm asking for is the selection committee to be consistent. Louisville's got to go out there. They have a big game on Thursday night versus Houston, so they have to continue to work. It's no need to get too upset about it because there's still probably several more upsets to come. Would not surprise me at all to see any of these teams ranked in the top 10 lose another game this week. So we'll have to wait and see.
And it's got the championship game, so you don't know.
Yeah.
These guys play the championship games and wet the bed. Then
I mean, Clemson could lose to Wake
different.
Forest, so everybody just chill out, relax. DeVille is still in it. They didn't get as much help this week as many thought off top, but there's still a lot of football to be played.
Yes, there is. And hey, check us out every Saturday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 104.7 WLOU. Download the app. Go to your Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Search Main Event Sports Radio. Download the app. Go to our website, maineventsports101.com. You can catch us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And thanks for watching our videos. Peace.